It's Friday, July 30th, 2021. Well, we are continuing to watch Americans lose jobs. We're watching inflation surge. The GDP numbers were a complete disappointment. But before I go any further, I want to remind everybody to please support this channel. And the best way to do that is subscribe and give this video a thumbs up and to share this video with everyone you know, blast it all over your social media. Also, please come over to my Patreon channel. Just uploaded another video yesterday, so please come over and check that out. And I want to thank everybody from the bottom of my heart for all of your support, for all the letters, the donations, the prayers, everything. This is not possible without you, and I do this for you. Let's start today with yesterday's news. Weekly initial jobless claims falls to 400,000. That's really a twist, isn't it? It's falling to 400,000 now. Now they were expecting 380,000 people to file claims. They were wrong again. These economists who keep telling you everything is going well, it's improving, it's an economic recovery. Another 400,000 Americans filed first-time jobless claims last week, and that's supposed to be the good news, right? That's the good news. Only 400,000. It's really twisted, ladies and gentlemen. Really, really twisted. CNBC, U.S. GDP rose 6.5% last quarter, well below expectation. Trillions of dollars being injected into these markets, into the economy, and we should be seeing a much better time than what we're seeing right now. Personal savings rate tumbled to $1.97 trillion from $4.1 trillion in the previous period. And what that means is the money is beginning to run out. All those stimulus checks, all those benefit checks, it's beginning to run out. The money's drying up. After all the bills are paid, this is what people have saved up. So we went from 4.1 trillion down to 1.97 trillion. That's what Americans have saved up right now. And this inflation is going to eat the average American's savings up for lunch. It's going to destroy your savings. Yahoo Finance. U.S. GDP trails forecast even as consumer spending surges. We have a real spending addiction here in America. Our government cannot stop spending. The Fed cannot stop spending. The average American, the consumer, cannot stop spending. Spending money that was given to them by the government, which in return the government just printed out of thin air, right? I mean, digits on a screen. I mean, this is pure insanity, and we are not going to be able to spend our way out of this, and we're not going to be able to spend money just going out to dinner now. That's not going to save the economy. We saw a big increase where consumers were going out and spending at restaurants and bars. The consumer is not going to save the economy by spending money at restaurants and bars. And we are not, as a country, we're not going to be able to spend our way out of this economic collapse. The only way you get out of a collapse is you have to build your way out. You have to manufacture your way out. We have an economy now based on consumption. 70% of our economy is based on consumption, and we're consuming things with money that is being printed out of thin air. And this is going to send America down a dead-end road without a doubt. CNBC, pending home sales drop in June. More evidence of a housing turnaround. Signed contracts fell 1.9% from May. We are now witnessing the housing market beginning to cool off. And I'm not going to change my mind on this. We are going to see a housing collapse in America. I believe we're going to see commercial real estate crash first. It has already begun. That will transition over into the residential market. And these people out there that just, I continue to see these real estate agents on social media just, bragging and laughing and, telling everybody to buy. You better hurry. I'm going to have 4 offers on this house by tomorrow. You better hurry up and buy. You're never going to have this opportunity again. Listen to me. I don't give financial advice, but I want you to listen to this. Somebody that went through the 2008 crisis. This, to me, in my opinion, is not the time to be buying a house. Let the Blackstones and the BlackRocks continue to inflate this bubble. It's going to burst. There are going to be massive sales in housing coming. Don't listen to these people that prostitute themselves, that rely on selling a house to pay for their own bills and their own overhead. These people will tell you anything. They will sell you any load of garbage. They'll sell their mom out to get you to buy a house, okay? These people, at the end of the day, their main concern is about making money, and the more money they can make, the better. So I see these agents on social media continuing to just pimp themselves out any way possible just to get a sale. These people are absolutely delusional if they think that this is the best time to be buying a house. Delusional if you think that this bubble isn't going to burst. Delusional if you think that the sales aren't coming. They are. But again, it's disturbing when I watch some of these real estate agents. Probably the last person you want to trust in this market right now is a real estate agent. And I don't mean to offend the good ones out there. There are some good ones out there, but the majority, and the good ones know this, the majority of the real estate agents out there would sell their mom out to close a deal right now. But there's never a bad time to buy a house to the typical real estate agent. This would be the worst possible time to buy a house, in my opinion. If you were a family member or a friend and you were sitting here right now today, I would tell you it's the worst possible investment you could make. Just wait it out. Be patient. The sales are coming. At least 12 million households face eviction as moratorium ends. This is on The Hedge today. And this goes back to what we were just talking about. You think the sales aren't coming? Wait till the evictions begin. Wait till the landlords start selling these properties. Wait till the forbearances end. And look, they can extend this. I understand that. But they're not going to extend it forever. But get this in the article. 5,951,393 mortgages are not current. Now, just think about that for a minute. That's nearly 6 million mortgages right here in America that are currently behind. Not current, okay? 395,000 did not report. So maybe that's another 50,000, maybe another 100,000 that are not current. But anybody that is strategically planning and looking ahead, investing, would look at that number and go, that's a problem. Why would I buy right now when there's nearly 6 million people not current with their mortgages? 7.43 million renters are not current. Good time to buy? You think the sales aren't coming, ladies and gentlemen? 8.71 million homeowners have little or no confidence in the ability to pay their mortgage. Gets even worse, right? Almost 9 million people don't have confidence in the ability to pay their mortgage. 12.71 million renters have little or no confidence in the ability to pay their rent. And this is the magic question. Maybe this is the event in left field that could come out. This is scary right here. We have 51 million renters in this country. We have 127 million homeowners. But we have 72 million unknowns, okay? How many of the unknowns out there are not current or in trouble right now? Are they renting? Are they homeowners? Are they in trouble? Are they not in trouble? These are the unknown. That's the 72 million unknown questions right there. This could be the Black Swan event. This could be the event that comes out of left field that, oh, we didn't know about the other 72 million people. We didn't know about how much trouble they were in. They could be sleeping, in the garage right now. They could be on their mom's sofa. We don't know. But the 72 million could also be homeowners. They could be renters. They could be in trouble. We don't know. So that's the thing. There are so many unknowns here and uncertainties with the rental market, with the housing market, and all these unknowns. Wow, inflation is surging. Prices of everything is going up. Think about it. Is this the time you want to make the biggest investment in your life? In my opinion, absolutely not. The hedge. There's a debt hangover coming. Stephen Moore. This was interesting too. He says, we're putting a lot of hopes and prayers on the idea that inflation is going to go away. If we pass another $4 trillion spending bill, he says, I guarantee you it is going up. More of that money, and most of that money going into the so-called infrastructure, this next spending bill, most of it's not going to infrastructure. Most of that money is going to many things other than infrastructure. And let's remember, before 1 cent of that infrastructure money even goes into effect, it's going to be 4 to 5 years because of the bureaucracy of getting permits, getting licenses, to build freeways. It's going to take 4 to 5 years before one dime of that money even goes into effect. In the meantime, the infrastructure will continue to crumble. People will continue to lose jobs. So again, by the time they get the licensing and the permits and the zoning and all this stuff, dealing with all this bureaucracy to even put a street sign up, it's going to be 4 to 5 years. I think right now, somebody asked me today, my friend Rick, how long before you think this thing implodes? I don't know. I don't have a crystal ball. I'm not a mind reader. I can't look into the future. But we're getting closer every day. And it's not if, it's when now, right? But I would probably have to say within 18 months, this whole thing is done. It's over. Now, not to say it couldn't happen in 18 days. It could happen tomorrow. Nobody knows when this is going to happen, but it's going to happen. That's a guarantee. But again, I would say within 18 months, that would be the extreme. I think it's going to happen before 18 months. Could happen tomorrow, next week, next month. Could happen 18 months from now. Nobody knows. But the longer this thing goes on, the worse this collapse is going to be. And it's going to be so much worse than any of us anticipated because it's been allowed to linger for so long. We've kept this patient on life support for so long. U.S. consumers burned through almost all excess savings as buying intentions crater. At the current rate that Americans are burning through savings, the entire fiscal stimulus tailwind from the president's trillions will be gone by August, just in time for emerging unemployment benefits to end. All while inflation is surging, commodities surging, freight rates surging. And I bring up freight rates, these container rates on these big cargo ships, surging. A buddy of mine contacted me today. He was in Huntington Beach taking care of some business. And he said he'd never seen so many cargo ships off the California coast. And he said it was more than the last time he was out there. And you look at the rates on these containers and these freighters soaring, right? All this stuff coming from other countries, Americans buying it with their stimulus checks, with their benefit checks, with their unemployment checks, making other countries wealthier while we sit at home dependent on a government check while we're not producing, while we're not manufacturing, while we're not innovating. The average American is sitting at home becoming a victim of obesity, a statistic to the obesity level, producing, manufacturing, and innovating absolutely nothing, just waiting for a check, while these massive ships continue to come to America, selling us cheap goods, returning with US dollars, and continuing to allow these countries to become more powerful militarily, economically, while they manufacture and manufacture and manufacture more and more cheap goods for Americans, while Americans sit at home and do nothing. And if you think that this country is going to survive by sitting at home waiting for a government check to buy more cheap goods from Asia, if you think we're going to survive, you live under a rock. I feel sorry for you. You are drinking the Kool-Aid. This country is in so much trouble. And when you look at what's happening economically, it is really, we're watching, unfortunately, I think, the end of America here, unless a miracle takes place. Other than a miracle saving America, I don't know what can. What's the light down at the end of the tunnel? Please, somebody comment down below. Where's the light at the end of the tunnel? Where is there a new technology we're coming out with that we're going to revive this economy with? Are we manufacturing? Are we having a manufacturing boom that's going to revive this economy? I don't see it. If you do, please comment down below. I know it sounds pessimistic, and I hate to sound pessimistic, but I'm going to stay as optimistic as I can because I know the sales are coming. And I'm saving every dime I possibly can to take advantage of it. But, I don't want to see America fail. I don't want to live in a country that is going to be under the rule of China, that China is going to dictate world policy. And I know people laugh at that, believe that can't happen. Ladies and gentlemen, China owns all the gold. They got the biggest military. They got the 4 biggest banks. They have the biggest economy. They make everything. Oh no, America has the biggest economy. Why? Because America is the biggest indebted nation in the world, because America is buying all these goods from Asia, makes us the biggest economy. It makes us the biggest indebted nation in the world, while China is building everything, making everything, selling 54% of all the steel in the world. It's coming from China, not America. So it really worries me to see how far America has fallen and how much more it's going to fall. And all you can do is protect yourself the best that you can at this point. So I'm going to wrap it up right there, but I want to remind everybody this. A lot of people talk about gold, silver. Gold's going to go to 10,000, 100,000. Silver's going to go to 100. It's going to go to 500. And yes, I do believe that it is going to soar. It's going to skyrocket after things collapse. And you got to remember this though. When that happens, you're living in a whole different world, okay? A very scary world. And, to the people out there that go, well, gold and silver aren't going to feed you. Gold and silver is not going to protect you, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Gold and silver isn't for the collapse. It's for after the collapse, okay? You're not going to buy a 10-acre parcel of land with a can of beans or a bottle of water, okay, or a pair of jeans. That's not going to happen. When the dust settles and we get back to a monetary system, you're going to want gold and you're going to want silver to take advantage of the sales, okay? So again, to these people who say you can't eat gold, well, gold still and silver still have a purpose even during the collapse. They still have value during the collapse. There are people willing to sell you security. They're willing to sell you a chicken. They're willing to sell you a piece of meat for gold or silver. History's taught us that. Take a look at Venezuela. But to me, I don't want to use my gold and silver during the collapse. I want to use it after the collapse. But remember, when prices are skyrocketing, these are going to be very, very dangerous times. So careful what you wish for. I wish things could just get fixed. I wish we could just get out of this mess right now. I'd be happy with gold being right where it's at. I don't want to see a time where gold is $10,000 an ounce or more, because I understand what that time is going to look like, and you should too. And I'm not telling you not to buy it or not to have it. You have to have it, because we're realists. You're a realist. I'm a realist. We're heading to that time. Okay, but careful what you wish for. So many people just wish things would collapse right now, that their silver would be worth $500 right now, their gold would be worth $10,000 right now. I don't. I pray every day that we just put off this collapse. I do not want things to collapse today. I don't want them to collapse ever. But again, I'm a realist, so are you, and they're going to collapse. And we're watching the beginning of this collapse right now. So you've got to really think how you can protect yourself and what you need to do. And I don't have all the answers. Please read the comments down below. There's a lot of people in those comments down below that are much smarter than me, have much better solutions than I do. But one thing I do know is you better have security. And if you really, really, truly believe that we're heading into an economic collapse, if you believe that we're going to see a historic depression, if you believe things are going to get worse and you don't have security, I have to ask, what is wrong with you? If you truly believe that the dollar is going to collapse, if you truly believe that, again, we're going to see the worst economic collapse in human history, if you believe that there's a possibility of grids going down, of cyber attacks, ransomware attacks, then if you don't hold it, you don't own it. Why are you not holding real money like gold and silver? I have to ask, what is wrong with you? People will say, oh, I have cryptos. Well, what if the power grid goes down? How are you going to do business? Okay? All the ransomware, cyber attacks, how would you do business? Right now, it's about simplicity. Going back to the basics, things that have worked over thousands of years, right? Gold and silver, being able to be self-sufficient, being able to take care of yourself, having your own security, not reliant on picking up a phone and calling for help. Help's not going to be there. You're on your own. The electricity doesn't work. How are you going to do business? It's a great time to be buying some junk silver. A lot of people continue to ask me my recommendations of where to buy. I have a link down below, SD Bullion. Please check it out. I just purchased some more junk silver, mercury dimes. So just things that you should think about. Do you have enough food? Do you have enough water? Do you have enough silver? Do you have enough gold? Do you have enough security? Do you have enough training? Do you have enough knowledge of what's taking place? This is a great time, great weekend to just read a little bit, check out some videos. But you can go to The Hedge and read some good articles. You can go to Michael Snyder's The Economic Collapse, read some articles. Knowledge is power, right, ladies and gentlemen? The more you know, the better off you're going to be. Don't listen to me. I don't have all the answers. I'm just talking out loud here to all of you. Do your own homework. Do your own due diligence. I'm going to leave it there today. Have a fantastic weekend. It's a great weekend to go out and buy a couple cans of food, a little extra water, maybe go out, do a little bit of training. Good weekend to get to the gym, maybe go do a little walking, get the mind, body, and spirit in a little bit better shape. God bless all of you. Have a phenomenal weekend. And look, don't live in fear. Get prepared. There's going to be a lot of opportunity coming. No reason to fear what is coming because you are prepared. Remember, don't protect yourself with paper stocks and paper money. Protect yourself with metal. That metal is a shield. Gold and silver is a shield. Always has been, always will. And thank God for everything you have right now today. God bless. Talk to all of you soon.